Broadband bullies got a lot of juice. Four different states, that's a lot of troops. Money coming in off the alley hoops. We split it 4 different ways, that's what family do. We hear them throwing shots, but they ain't prepared to shoot. We was raised in the game, every day we hoop. And I ain't talking controllers, homie. Even the cages in the hood couldn't hold us, homie. Animal. The left trigger got them focused on the send off. Soon as they trigger the right button, then we pick them off. Never been a worker, always ordered the block. I ain't seen, I ain't heard, we avoided the cops. Kept a white girl, never short at the shop. Reinvest in ourselves, never short on shots. Get it? Z told me about a lot of you niggas. Disrespectful with the tweets, I don't follow you niggas. My youngest about the clout, couple followers niggas, and I actually have them follow you niggas. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. Now in tune with broadband bullies. Let's go. Yeah. Broadband bullies got a lot of juice. 4 different states, that's a lot of troops. Money coming in off the alley hoops. We split it 4 different ways, that's what family do. We hear them throwing shots, but they ain't prepared to shoot. We was raised in the game, every day we hoop. And I ain't talking controllers, homie. Even the cages in the hood couldn't hold us, homie. Animal. The left trigger got them focused on the send off. Soon as they trigger the right button, then we pick them off. Never been a worker, always ordered. I ain't seen, I ain't heard, we avoided the cops. Kept a white girl, never short at the shop. Reinvest in ourselves, never short on shot. Get it? Z told me about a lot of you niggas. Disrespectful with the tweets, I don't follow you niggas. My youngest about the clout, couple followers niggas, and I actually have them follow you niggas. Don't get it twisted.
Yo. Ladies and gentlemen. What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy NextGen720, and we're back with the Xbox Beast Fighting Goals, the late night edition. You know what I mean? Had some things going on behind the scenes, but we here better late than never. But like I said, as you guys come in, you'd be so kind as to hit the like button. We should have a very entertaining show, to say the least. I got here with me so far. Neff, you in here, Neff?
What's going on?
What's going on, good brother? How you been? What's going on with you?
I've been chilling, been playing that Forza Horizon 4. Fucking awesome. Yeah. And I unfortunately saw that shitty Venom movie. Don't go see that movie. It's a pile of trash. And that's about it.
All right. Noah, what's going on, good brother Noah?
What's good, brother?
Anything
playing that Shadow Tomb Raider. I have to thank my boy Neff for saving me $20 on that Venom movie. I'm gonna wait to hit the red box.
See you on Netflix.
Yeah. Okay, for sure. All right, who else we got? Jay Kratos, what's going on, good brother?
Yo, what's going on?
I seen you on. You was with Matt. What's my man name? Matt Katz Gaming. What's my man? Matt Skills.
Yeah, Matt Gaming.
Stay tuned for more. I seen you guys had a show early today. I think right after me and right after me and P Rock got off the air. I think you guys were doing y'all thing.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, was cool. Like I said, Matt's a cool guy. I said I was gonna do some more stuff with him, but he's in Poland or some damn where. So we a little.
Yeah, he over in Europe.
Yeah, you know what I mean. He in Europe, so he running on that Porter Rock time. Who else in here today with us? That's it. I get anybody. I'm not even listening.
Yeah.
LeButter got his mic muted. I don't even get it. Yeah, he got his.
Yeah, he'll be back in a minute.
All right, no problem. Okay, all right. So anyway, a few things we're gonna talk about today. I don't know if I spoke to you guys about the Google. I know I spoke to your Kratos about the Google thing. I want to get you guys what you can think about it. I know Noah sent me some stuff about 5G. I let him go on. That's his field there. Let him go and explain that because people were complaining about data caps and and he was saying 5G is the future. We can talk about that. Also, me and Porter Rock touched on this earlier. Guerrilla Games. I know you're gonna like this. Never hired one of the head honchos over there from Ubisoft from Rainbow Six. So a lot of people say they're gonna revamp what do you call it? Kill Zone. So, or maybe something new. I don't know the case.
Yeah, I'd rather something new.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I got so well. We could talk about it during the show, like that. What else? Crackdown 3. Microsoft stealth delayed it again. We're gonna talk about that. Because again, when I said the game, don't be surprised if it is delayed, or or even canceled. I got caught again. Everything about the child of God. My man from Windows Central, he blocked me. His name Jez Gordon. He blocked me. I was called a few names and I was blocked. You know what I mean? He said I was just being a drama king and trolling. And I said no, I'm just saying what was told to me, man. It is what it is. But we're gonna talk about that stealth delay that Microsoft just pulled on Crackdown 3. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And whatever else may come up during the conversation. You know what I mean? But like I said, as you guys come in, you be so kind. Hit the like button. I guess we can start off with the Venom movie. I didn't see it myself. But Nev, Jay Kratos, did you see it? Venom?
Nope.
All right, well,
I did not see it. Yeah,
that's the only thing you didn't support. God damn!
I'll rock with their games. They movies, nah, player. I'll rock with Microsoft when it comes to the movies.
Oh shit! He'll be out here supporting the Zoom before he would support a Sony movie. Damn.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I guess what tell us about the What do you call it?
Venom?
Yeah.
All right. So Venom to me was just kind of shit. Like the acting was bad. Tom Hardy was a terrible Eddie Brock. He sounded like a crackhead the whole time. Like they're smoking weed. Maybe not smoking weed, but yeah, he was definitely a crackhead the whole time. He just kept talking and jumbling way too fast. Venom, the CGI and stuff was good. I'll give it that. The action was good. But overall, the plot was just weak, and the characters were more or less wasted. And there was, I don't know, just too many plot holes, and the characters were way too one-dimensional.
Oh, okay. Probably just when I watch superhero movies, right? To be fair, I watch them for the action.
Yeah.
I don't really care about the story. I'm not a comic book buff, so I watch them for the story. So, how was the action? The CGI? Was it?
Yeah, the CGI, I will admit, I get credit where credit's due. It was on point. The action was good, especially the one scene where Venom fought the SWAT team. That was fucking phenomenal. But everything else was dog shit throughout the whole movie. It clearly should have been rated R. They clearly held back. And then just so many plot holes. Like, you would see Venom bite someone's head off. That sounds really cool. And they would hardly get a reaction. Like,
oh, wow.
Like someone watched their head get bit off, and she barely reacted. And then in the background of the scene after he walked away, you just see the body was just gone. So clearly there were a lot of bad cuts in this.
Hey, Nithos, what about the tie-in to Spider-Man? Like,
yeah, there is zero tie-in to anything Spider-Man.
Oh wow! Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what did you like about the movie then?
Besides the action, and I thought Venom looked fucking phenomenal. Like the CGI and the way they designed him was great. I like the villain actually, who was actually Pakistani. Maybe that's why, but I thought he did a great job. Like he reminded me of almost of a Lex Luthor type character, really cold, business orientated, and he was trying to further humanity in the way he thought he could by combating humans with the symbiotes and stuff. And I thought that plot was cool, but everything else, like I hated Tom Hardy every time he was in the film. The fucking movie just like took a nosedive. I thought he was just a terrible Eddie Brock.
Like I said, I haven't seen it. I might go see it this week. Are you saying it's not worth it? Basically, what you're saying?
I mean, you might as well take that $20 and go to like McDonald's or something.
That bad? Is it that bad?
Nah, I'm just kidding. But I just didn't like the movie at all. But that's probably because I like Venom a lot. I mean, you said you're not much of a hardcore fan, so you're probably worth it just for the action and watching that CGI.
Now, let me ask you this. Are you sure it's because you're comparing, like, I mean, look at all the Marvel movies. They tend to be really, really great. And I think it's a bias kind of, it's not a Marvel movie, so it obviously wasn't done the right way.
Yes and no. I mean, at the end of the day, I think this movie, when I watched it, it felt like it was out of time. Like, this movie felt like it would have fit in the time frame of 2001 to 2005 type of superhero films, where now in the day and age with Marvel, we're just spoiled by good movies with good stories that are coherent, deep characters, and so on. And Venom just failed in all those fronts. So at the end of the day, it just doesn't hold up to the quality of other good superhero films.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the case for a lot of comic movies that are not produced by Marvel. I feel like that's.
I mean, in all fairness, I loved Wonder Woman. I think Suicide Squad wasn't bad. Like, there can be good superhero movies. I'm looking forward to that Spawn, but other than that, I think this was just a letdown.
Damn, who is Spawn made by?
Spawn was actually another Todd McFarlane characters, but that's not DC or Marvel.
That's independent.
Yeah, he was an independent thing. I think maybe Dark Horse, but Spawn had his movie back in 1997. Even that was pretty decent, so I think they can do a lot. And they want this to be more of a horror movie instead of just a superhero movie.
What, Venom?
No, Venom was a straight up superhero movie, but Spawn is going to be a horror movie, apparently. It's going to be a hard rated R.
They doing it again?
Yep. It's going to be a whole reboot. It's going to be a horror movie. It's going to be rated R. It's going to be pretty epic.
I know. Like I said, the first one, I forgot the guy. Jaleel White, Michael J. What's his name? Jaleel White played the first one.
Michael J. White.
Yeah, there you go. Him. He's a kung fu expert in real life. And like I said, speaking, like I said, going to that, you said that's not really neither owned by Marvel.
Yeah, apparently it's owned by Image Comics. That's what Neverland told me.
Okay, but they need to Microsoft highlight them. Bring
Xbox. That's what I'm saying. Spawn even has
Xbox.
like these Venom-like. He has this like green aura in him. Like there's green outlines. Yes. You could do a lot of shit. I mean, I've been saying Xbox should pick up that. They had a Spawn game.
IP. I believe that Namco made it, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not, I believe it was Namco that made it. It was they had one for the Dreamcast. They had also one for the Xbox. Mostly it was on the PlayStation 2 too. Also, you know what I mean. I think maybe Namco may have been the publisher or developer, whatever the case may be. But yeah, with some money put behind it, that character is a kick-ass character. You know what I mean? Especially right now, what Insomniac has done with what they've done with, of course, Spider-Man. I just got back into it. I'm chasing the Shocker, whatever the hell's name is, right? Like I said, I don't know what Microsoft may be doing behind the scenes, but to me, that's just like a no-brainer. Like I said, they've been a day late and a dollar too short. Like, that should have been, like, you know what I mean? I'll give you an example. As soon as I saw Sony's E3 and they showed that motherfucker Spider-Man, I went back to the office, you know what I mean? If I couldn't get nothing done with Warner Brothers, like, I seen the Aquaman trailer looks kind of kick-ass, too.
It does.
If I,
man, bro, the Aquaman look dope.
Yeah, it do. You know what I mean?
Just damn, those movies look great.
Yeah. Here's a question. Sorry, sidebar. Now, I don't follow the comics like that. Is Aquaman sort of an ass, like the character that's playing it? Like, is he like that in the comic books or no? He just
no. Basically, they completely changed him.
He's more serious?
Rewrote him. He's like that now. They originally. He was like a goody two shoes, like all the Silver Age comics. Like if you go back to when the comics were originally created, back when World War II, back in the marriage, everybody was a goody two shoe. But like I think it was like the '80s they started making the characters more dark.
I mean, there's a reason there's a lot of Aquaman memes out there, but then they stopped after Jason Momoa took the role.
Oh yeah, that's my.
I remember back in the day when Family Guy used to clown him and shit.
Oh yeah, it used to be. Yeah, I will.
That's my man Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones.
Kind of sweet.
Yeah. So he was kind of sweet. But here's like as far as because I see him kind of strong and anything. Is he really that strong in the comic books?
Oh yeah, he's crazy strong.
Oh yeah, he could beat Superman on the water. If they're on the water, he could beat Superman.
What, he gets his strength from the water or something?
That's his. That's his realm. He can talk to fish.
Accelerated, but he's naturally strong. He can easily lift a truck.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, outside of water, he's strong, but like if Superman would have fought Aquaman on the water, it's game over.
Oh, all right. So anyway, like I said, Microsoft being a day late, dollar too short. I've been back there just like, hey, fuck it, Spawn, let's make it happen. Exclusive Spawn game for the Xbox. Didn't come out with the Spawn themed Xbox like that shit was so crazy.
I mean, shit, that could be like those prototype games. Remember when Activision used to make those?
Yep. You know what I mean? Like I said, and again, like I said, and also I want to talk about these new rumors for as far as PlayStation 5 and what they're doing or looking to do from patents that have been filed. I'll get you guys' opinion. Me and Jay talked about it. I think it was Friday, but I didn't talk to you guys. So anyway, like I said, right now everyone's talking. Not everyone, but the rumors are heating up about the PlayStation 5 Xbox Scarlet. You had Google sticking their foot in the water with their Google Stream, and also you have to see the Project Yeti. That's supposed to be the name of their physical console. And right before the PS4 and the original Xbox came out, a few months after, with some VG leaks, rumored specs. You know what I mean? Whether we like it or not, the next generation is upon us. Right now, the PS4 Pro just recently received a price cut, official price cut. You know what I mean? And also been rules of Sony phasing out the PS4 Slim. Noah, I haven't spoken to you on the air in a while. Like, what are your thoughts about that? Them, maybe making the PS4 Pro the entry-level console into their ecosystem. How do you feel? Is it a good idea, a bad idea from the phase out the Slim? And are you ready for next generation to start?
Oh yeah, I'm ready for next gen. But business wise, I don't think it's a good move. But as far as pushing the industry forward, it's something that needs to be done. The base consoles are holding games back from a technological standpoint.
Oh, okay, all right. So you ready? Well, I not think, but more of their CPU. Their CPU was really really anemic. They used those Jaguar cores, and I mean, and one thing that Phil said, with the newer generation, they're going to focus more on frame rates.
Right.
Some people are really happy about that. But you think it's a business wise? Check it out, right? Now, this generation, at the start of the generation, you had a lot of cross-gen development. Some of the biggest games came out on both consoles, the PS3, the 360, the Xbox One, and the PS4. You had Destiny, Rise of the Tomb Raider was on the 360. Little Big Planet was on the PS4 and the PS3. I don't think cross-gen developers going anywhere. The reason why I said it because again, between the Xbox and the PlayStation 4 are combined, let's say about 80 million for the PS4, 40 million for the Xbox. That's 120 million customers. You know what I mean?
Right.
And again, third party more or less kind of does dictate what's going to be. You know what I mean? If again Ubisoft, when the Division 3 comes out, that's to believe that's going to be on the PS4, the PS5, the Xbox One, and the whatever their new console was called. Maybe they may say, hey, you know what? We just put it on the Pro and the X and the PS5 and the Xbox Scarlet. Do you think that's bad for business?
I mean, you mean so repeat that. So you're saying it's bad for business because
no. I'm just saying that. Look, what I mean by this, like, if you look at the start of this generation, right? Some of the biggest games we had, were
they were cross-gen.
Yeah,
they were like back-gen. 360 and Xbox One.
So I'm just saying, and again, like I said, third party. They have more power than ever, leveraging within the gaming industry. You know what I mean? Before it would be first party, whether it's Sega, Mario. Now that power has shifted to the third party because their multiplayer games are so big and it's so huge, right?
Right.
If they were able to shoehorn, you see Rise of the Tomb Raider, they got that to work on 360 on a half a gig of RAM. You know what I mean? Just say on the X and whatever, you have at least 8 gigs of memory there. I wouldn't be surprised again if throughout the whole generation, at least as far as multiplats, that you're gonna have them putting out, say the Division 3. That would be on the Scarlet. And maybe the X, and for the Pro, it'd be the Pro and the PS5. I wouldn't be surprised at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't be either. At least until the newest the console sales start to rise. Because, like you said, man, it's a business. These developers don't make these games for free. They're trying to get a return on the games they're making. So I'm pretty sure they're aware of the numbers and they're gonna see how many consoles are out there. If the base consoles, if we're still playing Xbox Ones and PS4s, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna make it cross-gen because they want to. That's their market. You know what I mean? But once we start purchasing these new consoles, they're gonna slowly stop making games that are backwards. Forwards compatible, I guess, would be the better term.
Yeah.
For these old consoles.
All right, what do you think, Credo? Jay, talk to me.
I think the same. I'm ready for this generation to be over. I think the last games that Sony has shown us that we have coming, like The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, and Death Stranding, I think those are the last games we're going to get this gen. I think that's why they've pushed PSX out. I think they're prepping for a PS5 reveal.
Why you ain't mention no Xbox games?
Well, because this is why I didn't really. This is why, and I'm just no fanboy. Is because those guys just started investing in the studios. These games take 4 or 5 years to make, so those games are nowhere near ready. So I wouldn't even bring that up.
We don't even know what's cooking. Yeah, he does. Hey, I'm just trying to be smart. I'm being sarcastic.
No, listen. Okay, we know they just started investing. We talking about months ago. We're not talking about years ago. They just started. You mean to tell me anywhere they're gonna have some games ready to deliver somewhere in between 2 years? I mean, come on, we're talking about 3 and 4 years. Or unless they're gonna be a bunch of smaller indie type games, then yeah. But as I recall, we had 42 games shown at the previous E3, and whatever happened to those games. So I think those are going to be your Scarlet games that they're going to launch with those indie titles.
Cut it out, Dubs. You woke up early.
Moss, what's up, baby?
Yeah, what game?
Dubs woke up 6 a.m. this morning praising wishing for a remake to Flyer and shit, man. Shut up, man.
Talking about dreams and shit.
Hey.
Oh, the funny thing we forgot, you're hopping up that dreams.
Hey, what happens in the chat stays in the chat. Y'all can't add dirty laundry.
You ain't rocking that shit, man. You ain't past the third grade, bro. You switching back to Discord and shit. I got all lost, man. I felt like I was in the Force and Horizon Zero Dawn, man.
Yeah. But what's going on, Moss? I haven't spoken to you. Oh shit! And dropped my headphones. I haven't spoken to you physically in a minute. Hope all is well with the good brother. I mean, hope all is good well for you. And I know you told me personally that Jesus Christ died for your sins. Now, with that being said, right, I'm bugging out. You hear me in the back. Like I said, I haven't gotten your opinion on it. The PS4 Pro got an official price cut, right? Officially got a price cut from Sony, right? Rumor has it that they were going to begin slowly to phase out the PS4 Slim. And hear me out, and just like Microsoft phased off the original, the original Xbox 2013 model, it's not out of the picture, you know what I mean? And then you have the S, which is slightly more powerful, and then you have the X, right? Also, too, from the patent thing that more or less got leaked, well, not even leaked, but Sony filed for a patent for more or less backwards compatible. And also, the console will be the PS5 will be backwards and forwards compatible. What I mean by that is when the Last of Us 2 releases, it most likely mean release on both consoles. Most likely the PS5 version will be a native 4K 60, and then the Pro will probably be dynamic 430 with some 4K 30. Not able to do the whole dynamic up. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, checkerboard or whatever.
So, do you think it's bad for business for Sony discontinuing the Pro? And I'm asking, here's the question, and I said that I wouldn't be surprised if during the next generation that Sony may just have the Pro, right, as the entry consoles into the ecosystem, and have the PlayStation 5, because if you look what third party did at the start of this generation, some of your biggest multi-plats were on the 360 and the One, down to games like Destiny, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and between the X and between the Xbox and the PS4, you got about 120 million consoles out there. I don't see developers just leaving that out there. So most likely when the Division 3 comes out, is going to be on the Pro and maybe the PlayStation 5. That's the way I look at it, you know what I mean? Because they shoehorn that shit on, even though it wasn't the Watch Dogs on the 362, I'm not mistaken. Metal Gear Solid 5, so. That shit was, Phantom Pain, whatever the hell, that was on the 360 and the PS3. I don't see, again, the third party abandoning those consoles, you know what I mean? Like, what are your thoughts about that?
When I originally heard it, and big ups to the homie Porter Rock. He's a piece of shit, but he was right about this. Mm-hmm. He said that a while ago on Digital Streets, shameless plug, that for compatibility mindset, you got to have a cutoff point, right? Mm-hmm. Think about it from Sony's standpoint. We know, regardless of what you think about the games in comparison to Microsoft, we know from a technological standpoint, they may not be where Microsoft is at. So if they're going to do this forward and backwards compatibility thing, I think it would be smarter for them to have a cutoff point. So the Pro is more powerful. Mm-hmm. They might have to have a cutoff point. Like, we're not having forwards compatibility, or we're not having our games having to perform a certain way on the Slim. We're getting rid of the Slim. It's done. The Pro, that would be smart for them if they are doing forwards compatibility. And if they do forwards compatibility, that would be a big plus for them. On the Microsoft side, though, even though I know we're talking Sony, on the Microsoft side, though, I think they would be probably better equipped to handle it. But the question still remains, what type of games are you going to get? Like Doug was saying, I was just messing with him, but what type of games you going to get from Microsoft? Because about this low fidelity stuff, so I don't know. We'll have to see, but it sounds like to me that the forwards compatibility thing could be, and Sony's serious about it because they're saying, fuck it, if you got anything less powerful than a Pro, then your ass out. Shit out of luck. And I think that's a smart move.
Okay, all right. Neff.
Yeah.
My man Neff that's on the meth. What's up?
What's going on? Honestly, everything Kratos and MMK just said is
hold on one second.
Also, what
Can I get some goddamn silence? I'm working in here. I'm sorry. What happened?
Oh, all right. Yeah, basically what everyone says, I absolutely agree with. I've been saying this since day one when the X was about to launch, that they're going to start moving these models up. You're going to start phasing out the OG boxes, the slim boxes, and you're eventually going to have like the X and Pro, Xbox 2, PS5. And then eventually they're going to phase out the Pro, the X, then you'll have the PS5, PS6, Xbox 2, Xbox 3, and it's just going to keep going in that cycle because at the end of the day, you're going to always have the low-tier model and the high-tier model. I think that's the model they're going to go with for now on. And with the PlayStation side, they said they're phasing out the Slims, right? Mm-hmm. And the price cut for the Pro, what is that, at $300 now? Where is it?
I think it's $300 or $350.
So $300. Okay, so when you think about it, $300, that's the price of what the PS4 regular was for the longest time. So I think that's very ideal for them to do that because 4.2 T-flops, I know we make fun of the Pro, but that's still a powerful console, whether or not you believe it. So if you want that to be your baseline, not only will that push gaming forward, but that would also invite people to still invest, getting a cheaper model. Because I think the problem with upgrading your models is people want a cheaper option. The PS4 Pro is that cheaper option, and it will go on so forth with the lower-end models. And plus, like we'll get into this soon, with Google stepping in with the streaming thing and PlayStation having PlayStation Now, Xbox is probably going to have their own streaming stick, you're going to have that ultra-casual thing. So I think they can let go of the base models because you're going to have this cheap-ass stick that people can invest in if they were really that.
Let me say this real quick. I know y'all just heard me. I'm sorry. Bear with me. Let me say this real quick. If I'm Microsoft, I'm praying to the gods in the heaven. I'm praying to Buddha. I'm praying to everybody that they do not have backwards and forwards compatibility because that means Microsoft is going to be fucked on all four corners. They're not going to be able to compete on the console market because they'll bring that 80 million saturation with them, and that was Microsoft's plan. And as far as the 2.1 billion devices out there, they're screwed there because the Chrome thing is already beta tested for that.
Yep.
Oh, bro, they gonna have to bring it. They gonna have to bring it up to 1100.
There is an answer. Microsoft needs to come up with some exclusives, and they probably need to cut that play anywhere out.
Yes.
PC Play Anywhere. They need to make it where Xbox is the only place. If you want to play this game, you have to buy Xbox.
We're agnostic.
They devalue the physical box when they allow those games to be played any and everywhere, and what their goal is. So I don't know. It's going to be tricky to see how they're going to do this. Some of the stuff that they said in the past, I really hope Phil can backtrack on it. Such as the No Man Left Behind. Fuck that shit. It's going to be 2019. Get rid of that, right? Throw that in the trash with Dunny D. Like, get rid of all of that stuff. You had to say that, and you had to do that for the time. Now it's a new generation. man, you have to bring some more value to your box. Guys are already.
It ain't like he ain't lied to us before. No, I should say that.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, that's something that I mean.
Where's the VR?
As an Xbox fan, I will be hoping that he do, because I want that value in the box. I get what they're trying to do, but I'm not that market for that, and I want to be part of the discussion. I don't want them to just kick me to the curb and be like, "Well, sorry, this is just the way it is." If they had exclusives right now on their platform and they didn't devalue it, then I think we could probably get some more. We wouldn't be having the complaints that we have right now. We would have games that's strictly on the X or that shows the power of the X, but because games are going to go in and everywhere, and now they're making games that's PC only. So what kind of shit is that? You have to bring some more value into your box. You have to. $500.
Hold on, keep the show going. I'll be right back. Keep the show going. I'll be right back. Gotta let the dog out.
You have to convince people to go out and yet spend another $500 to $600 on a. How are you going to convince somebody to spend another $500 after they done already spent?
If they're going to go forward, they're going to go forwards and backwards compatible. But the problem is, okay, who are you competing against? Like, you're not going to be able to compete against Sony if Sony goes forwards and backwards compatible. You've already lost. You've already lost next gen. Okay, so then now you say, okay, well, that's not our competitor. Our competitor is Google and Amazon. Amazon done already picked off, done already sniped off your staff. Take out all the hardcore people over there working for them. Google's already coming out with the Chrome playable games out there.
Yeah.
Everybody's ahead of you.
Yeah. Everybody already has a Google account.
It's hardcore software. Look, shameless plug. Your boy MM2K got a video coming out in a day or two detailing how Microsoft can win. But everything that they're doing right now is like in a whole different stratosphere, and they're behind. That's the problem. They're behind. They're behind on the pure console front. They're behind on the 2.1 billion front now. I don't see victory for them. You got to turn it up.
Yeah, it's gonna be really tough, but I get that Sony has fantastic exclusives. Don't get me wrong, because I'm gonna ask you guys this question, and it might get you triggered. But how is Sony gonna compete against Google and Amazon at this point? Like, is Sony gonna have their own streaming device, or how are they gonna do it?
Well, Sony has a strong first part.
Yeah, they do. Absolutely, and they have strong brand recognition.
Yes,
right.
But I mean, that's still $400 versus $150.
Well, I don't think Sony's in a tough spot. I think Google's in a tough spot. What can Google bring differently?
Google brings a cheap ass price.
Yeah, but cheap price
to play multiplayer, but. Yeah. Can you play Spider-Man on Google Stream?
Exactly.
No, but let's be real. 90% of the games you play are multi-platform. Let's not pretend it's going to be exclusives.
Right, yeah, right. But Sony isn't in any type of jeopardy because they have games where you have to get a PlayStation. I mean, everybody, the casuals
I agree with that. That's a big, strong front for them. But at the end of the day, for every Spider-Man, for every God of War, you got a Red Dead coming. You got a Call of Duty coming. It's going to be pretty hard to convince someone to pay $400.
I'm convinced with God of I'm convinced with God of... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, let me tell you this, right? Okay, let's forget about the big blockbuster AAA, right? Sony has the Dragon Quest, the Yakuzas.
Yeah,
they have a million of these type of games that gamers buy PlayStation. No, listen, not for you, right? But you got
that ain't doing it, bro.
They got a good variety, Dubs, but I think
they got VR.
Let's not look at it.
Other stuff that they got,
Let's not look at it that way. Let's not look at it that way, because the fact of the matter is, if you're just doing one-off sales against one-off sales, Sony they're not going to be able to compete on that front either. So here, if I'm Sony, if I'm running Sony's business, this is what I say. Mm-hmm. In the console market, I try to slither out my own space. We're running that console market. Console market is very strong. That's how I try to cater and spin that. We're in the console business. And then until they build up their infrastructure to where they compete with Google. So they got like a generation where they can just survive and say, okay, we may not be selling to 2.1 billion or whatever.
Yeah.
But we own the console space. Mm-hmm. But eventually they are going to be forced to where they're going to have to branch on out, and they're going to have to be a little bit more commercial. Like Google.
I think you guys are giving too much credit to Google just because it's cheap. You guys remember the Ouya? You guys remember all of
shit.
it?
Yeah, was it Ouya?
Dang,
Like,
Ouya?
No, wait.
Ouya was giving out doo-doo soup, man. Come on.
You guys remember the Ouya? You guys remember
Damn, Jay?
On live. Remember on live?
Yeah, on live. Do you guys
On
remember
live failed.
Were those getting those actually?
you
what
guys-
happened to the Alienware?
Honestly, y'all handing
You know what?
Didn't
y'all
Sony
handing
buy
Google
all
the crown.
those?
Yeah, they
I'll
they
say-
bought
Google needs to work for this crown.
Let me-
Google is going up against
Yeah.
Hold
Sony.
on.
Y'all
Y'all
gotta
hear
go
me?
the way
Let's
around.
face reality,
Nintendo.
and I'll let D back go.
Nintendo.
All right, let's face reality. It's
Yeah.
$150, right? And you
Yep.
guys keep forgetting the fact that this is Google. You know how fucking cheap Google can make shit? They can start selling this shit for like $70 on Black Friday. No, Kratos, you listen. They can start selling this shit for $70 on Black Friday.
Hit the like button.
When you buy that new Samsung phone, guess what? They're gonna throw that Google stick in there. Play that shit.
Play
They're
this
gonna
shit.
start bundling this shit with everything. They're gonna get that to the whole market when people realize, look, I can buy that new PlayStation,
But
or I can
people-
use the stick
people-
I got for free with my phone.
People still have to.
You're forgetting one
the,
thing.
the
You guys are
engagement.
forgetting
People still
one
have to
thing.
play it.
One thing you guys are forgetting. Google shit is going to be that streaming shit. And until the end of the day, right, most people, it's going to be handicapped by people's internet.
Absolutely.
I have data caps. Most people have data caps. They have speed issues. So this is going to be very niche for a long time. Let's not act like Google.
I mean, I think $1 billion company knows how to do this shit, Kratos.
Wait, let me finish. Let me finish.
And I'm gonna let D-Batch go.
Let me finish. Let's not act like Google's going to come in and knock off Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. These are the juggernauts. These guys they are 25, 30, 40 years in the game, all right? Just because Google has the data centers and stuff like that to make shit cheap, don't necessarily mean that people are going to be willing to give up their
little stick is already outperforming the PS4 Pro and the X. But go ahead, D.
I gotta say this. The Google thing, first of all, this is fucking Google is no small time player.
Exactly.
This streaming service is no joke. Right now they're doing the beta for it, and they're doing it with Assassin's Creed at 1080p 60 frames per second. That is crazy. So
that's
first
in a
of all,
closed environment.
And high
that's in a closed environment.
a lot of
That's
people
in a fucking lab.
listen.
That's not at my house.
A lot of people don't have high speed, you're right, and a lot of people have high speed. So it's gonna suck for the ones that don't have high speed, but you can't. The ones that don't have high speed can't speak for the ones that do. The ones that do.
I'm not.
Hold on a second.
Hey, D, put him in his place. Jay's a fuck nigga.
The ones that do have the speed for it, they're gonna love this service on their laptops. You know, plug in the stick into their TV when they're in a hotel on the go. It's gonna be a big service, and Google's gonna be able to do this. Hold on a second. Google's gonna be able. Wait 1 second. Let me just say what I gotta say. Google's gonna do this.
Tell
with
him,
all
D.
the third-party games. We already know that Google has invested in some gaming company. We don't know what plans they have, so they might have their own first-party games as well.
They're gonna build that up through the generation.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Sony. I don't know what they're gonna do. Well, I do. Well, we saw some leaks that came out with the PS5 and backwards compatibility. I don't know if you guys talked about that already. Yeah. But for the streaming stuff, I can tell you that Sony will be behind with the streaming stuff when it comes to Google and when it comes to Microsoft, because they just don't have the power to do it.
They don't have the money, D.
And if you want any proof of that, look at their PlayStation Now service. Okay,
Oh,
how long is that shipping up? How bad is the latency on that shit? So you know they're not going to be competing in that.
Damn,
and a lot of people that just have a laptop, just have a 4K TV, they're going to love this service for $150 for this device and be able to do that. So for people to write that off is stupid. The future is going to be streaming. A lot of people are going to be streaming. The traditional way of doing games will still be around, but a lot of people are going to stream.
Okay, let me say this, and then I'm gonna shut up. Right?
Okay.
You mean to tell me you motherfuckers done spend the last 5 years crying about 4K, and yet you willing to give Google a try with this fucking 1080p streaming shit?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank
you. Hold on, Kratos.
Yeah, you're completely out of context.
Let me just say this real quick, Kratos. What you're failing to realize is the price. The price to admission for this service is going to be very fucking cheap. Not everybody can afford 4K. Not everybody does have 4K. Although they should.
Xbox One cost? Do you know how much
for the price? And how do we know there's not going to be a 4K streaming service with one of these companies as well? We don't know that. They're just testing out 1080p 60 frames per second right now. We don't know if they're going to have 4K.
Hey D, I got a question for you. D, what type of specs you run on your PC?
Which one?
Oh shit!
Your most powerful PC.
1700X with GTX 1080 Ti. 16 gigs RAM, whatever.
With you already investing the money in the rig, would you invest even more money into the streaming
if it's cheap enough for when I'm on the go, when I'm gonna go on vacation, when I'm gonna go to a buddy's house, when I'm at the office? Yeah. If it's cheaper.
Grab your Fire Stick and you put it in or whatever. Look, here's the problem. Let's remember this, guys. We don't make up the majority of the gaming community out there. Most of these motherfuckers still don't know what frames per second is. Okay, they think FPS is just purely the shooter shit. You know what I'm saying? You got areas like South Korea where their internet is super fast. Them mugs is over there dying playing Warcraft and shit like that.
Moss, your casual gamer is not going to spend $150 to put a stick in the TV.
Actually, it's the casual gamer that is going to buy that shit. It's probably the hardcore gamer that's not going to. Be honest,
we're not going to buy
the opposite.
We're not going to buy it unless.
Hold on. I'm going to let you go, Mighty Moss, but I want you to go in this direction. You've been saying you've been trying out the Steam Link thing. Please explain that.
Exactly. I've been trying out the Stream Link. It's in beta right now, but it allows me to play all my Steam games on my goddamn Android phone, my Fire Stick, anything that is Android compatible, in 1080p, sometimes 60 frames per second. I'm playing Metro Last Light. Not even the enhanced one, and the fidelity is crazy on it. So just imagine if this is portable out network. You know what I'm saying? Where right now with the Chrome thing, all you got to do is load up Chrome, right? The Chrome browser, download an app, and then you're playing it via Chrome. So that's going to be killer. How many people have Chrome? I think Chrome is the #1 browser right now, right?
It is. That's the first thing I do in any of my PCs. Sorry, Microsoft, but I disable the Internet Explorer because that shit fucking trash. Even on my Samsung S9, I disable the stupid Samsung browser and I enable Chrome. Chrome is awesome. It memorizes all your passwords. It's everything just works seamlessly. It's just a better browsing experience. And up until recently, it was the only way to really look at 4K videos on YouTube. I think Internet Explorer caught up finally. But it's just a superior service.
So my question is, what's the difference between this Google Chrome service and OnLive a couple years ago when it released? Why would this be so more?
OnLive does not have the servers. They don't have the servers. They don't have the same type of servers. They don't have the same amount of servers. The servers don't have the same
casual
capacity.
Gamer, they don't know the difference. Why wasn't OnLive successful?
They do know the difference.
Most casual gamers didn't even know what.
They'll know the difference because they'll pick up the controller and they'll play the game and they'll see that I hit the button and this motherfucker on the screen hasn't jumped yet. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to detect lag.
Guys, first of all, Noah is a troll anyways. Noah, when did OnLive even become to exist? What year was it, Noah?
I don't know. I think I was still in high school.
Fucking 2003, Noah. No shit, technology moved forward.
Oh man.
I'm just saying though, but I mean, if this is nothing new, why all of a sudden are we?
Because data caps and shit had to go up. Our internet had to go up. The technology had to reach it.
Yeah.
And so nobody knew.
Nobody really knew what OnLive was.
It's been 15 years since OnLive.
And OnLive, OnLive had like 13 games forever, and most of the shit was shit that was already 4 or 5 years old. Yeah. Nobody knew what it was. Chrome, Google, they're recognizable brands that was already within your home. So you're telling me all I got to do to play Assassin's Creed Odyssey in 1080p, 60 or 1080, whatever. All I got to do is just go to a link on Chrome and download it and pay for it that way. Come on, bro.
And let's. I know we're talking about 4K. Of course, 4K is fucking beautiful. But if you're playing this on your tablet or you're playing this on a small laptop, 1080p 60 looks crisp, especially when it's with ultra, all the bells and whistles on. It looks crisp.
I don't know, man.
My kid, I got it.
Hold on, you just said tablet D. So imagine using this on your phone on the go, just playing literally Assassin's fucking Creed.
Yeah, bro.
But look, what you fail to realize is Sony and Microsoft have an ecosystem. You got trophy hunters and achievement hunters, and they're going to be offering the same type of service. Don't think.
Do you really think Chrome's not going to offer an achievement system?
Achievements aren't everything. Origin has achievements. Ubisoft has achievements. Steam has achievements. Everything has achievements. That's a.
Right. I'm not saying it doesn't, but you have people that are trophy hunters that already have.
I don't think if
hundreds of games already, man. Like they're already invested into their ecosystem.
And you know what? This is going to be something that supplements their ecosystem.
I mean, it's not going to be a simple walk in and take over for Google, man. They're going up against, like Jay said, Juggernaut.
I don't think it is, but I think it's going to be between them and Microsoft. I think I think the Scarlet system. I don't think it's going to be one. I think it's going to be an array of devices, and I think one of them is going to be a portable device. Streams.
Hold on. Let me pay the bills. The homie Top Dog, I think he's done watching Golden Girls with his Vaseline on the side. All right. Nethos, Moss, and D are straight retarded. Don't listen to them. Only way Xbox can win if Sony stops making consoles. Get over and accept it.
We're talking about Google here. How did we get to Xbox?
Yeah, we're talking about a streaming service. We're not talking about the console wars. Slow down there, buddy.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not even saying Sony's losing. I'm just asking a question. How is Sony going to combat this? Like, it's only going to get harder and harder. It's only going to get more and more difficult.
They won't be able to compete in this realm. They're going to go a different.
They're going to have
route.
to make their own streaming stick eventually. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, guys. No, they won't. All Sony's going to have to do.
Oh, yeah. Just like Sony didn't have to do crossplay, right?
No,
shit.
Listen.
Oh, come on now. Come on now.
Game Pass service, right?
Nigga said Manny Pacquiao. Boop.
All Sony has to do is keep doing what they're doing, and that's being a leader by giving you great games, a great console at a great price. That's it, right?
So what
it's up to Google. Wait. Let me finish. It's up to Google to prove they're worthy of being in the gaming.
Thank you.
Wait. Listen. Do you know how many people have come and gone in the gaming industry?
Tell them, Jay.
Change it.
Panasonic.
Years, and guess what?
Philips,
you got Panasonic,
Toshiba.
Hold on. Let's all of those right now.
I'll agree with you.
You got Nvidia with their Shield tablets and the Shield consoles. People come and go, right? Tech change come and go, but these guys are the master of this industry. They know how to change and do things.
Kratos.
Do you think Nintendo is going to go somewhere anytime soon? No. We always laugh at them and say they have a weak console, they don't do this and that, and they still find a way to turn around.
And Nintendo's about to address that weak console issue.
Exactly.
All these rumors circulating that this console is going to be a lot more powerful.
Don't hop on that one. All right. So, Jay, let me ask you a question. How many fucking phones are there? How many tablets are there?
I don't care about
right now. Answer me that question. How many phones and tablets are out there?
Probably billions.
Billions. So out of those billions, do you really think no one's going to hop on that app and play Assassin's Creed in 1080p 60 with a higher fidelity than the Xbox One X?
You guys are giving it too much.
Hold on.
Wait. People that have cell phones, right? These motherfuckers are trying to play Candy Crush. They're not trying to play fucking.
No, that's not true.
What's the resolution of your cell phone?
That is only the tech guys. If people guys like D and the rest of the tech guys only care about that shit. The rest of us, man, we want to go at home, sit on our console traditionally, like it always been, and play it that way.
Kratos.
Yeah, but what if you're on what if you're taking a ride down the road? You know.
Thank you.
I got my Switch. I got my fucking Switch.
Yeah, but your Switch sucks.
Hey, you gonna be happy with Wolfenstein at 32p? Get the fuck out of here.
Hey.
I understand. I agree with you that Google's gonna have an uphill battle on this because they're gonna have to prove themselves. I agree with you on that, but I think they're gonna succeed with the streaming. I think they're gonna find their little niche. I don't know if they're gonna be able to compete with the other companies on the traditional console sense, but for the streaming, I think they gotta.
I don't know, man. And then it's $60 a game, bro. Yeah.
But these are the way a lot of these. Hold on a second. The way a lot of these streaming services work is that it allows you to stream the games that you own already. So I'm doing the NVIDIA live stream one, whatever.
But that's NVIDIA. That's not Google. Like you have to purchase the game through Google.
NVIDIA allows you to play all the games that you own and stream them.
But we're talking about Google. Google is not going to allow you to stream your Steam games.
All Google would need to do is just sign some type of agreement with Steam where you can link your Steam account, and that's it.
But that allows you to use your Fire Stick TV. Let's be real. So what happens then, Noah? What if Google suddenly allowed you to use all your Steam games?
Then how is Google making money?
Google
I'm sure
because
Google will figure out a
a
way.
little bit of a fee.
Let's keep it real.
It's an uphill battle. It's an uphill battle, guys.
Google
It is an uphill battle, but I wouldn't really count them out, to be honest with you.
I'm not counting them out.
They have the money
I'm
and the
just saying,
resources to do it.
You guys are already saying that Sony and Nintendo and everybody else is doomed because
No one said they were doomed.
I'm talking about for the streaming.
Eventually.
I'm talking about for streaming. They're doomed. They won't be able to compete with them for streaming. I'm not talking the traditional consoles. For streaming, they will not be able to compete. Nintendo, you kidding me? Their fucking online is horrible. Come on.
I know that. Let's be fair, right? With this whole streaming shit, this is all stuff that, again, it works in a lab. These fucking guys are in the lab and they say,
it works. It works.
When you stick it in my house or one of my friends' house and try to get that when they
MM2K, how's that Fire Stick streaming, huh?
Exactly. It's already working. I'm not in no lab, bro.
Exactly. And I know he has worse internet than you, Kratos. Let's not pretend he doesn't.
Hey, look. Here's the deal.
Add a couple of million people on there, not just fucking 5 or 6. I'm just saying.
That's why Google has the servers. They have the money to do it. That's what I'm saying.
Google. This is Google. How many people are playing these mobile games on the servers as well? Look, here's Kratos. I think reasonably. What I get what you're saying. The console market, if Sony goes forwards and backwards compatibility, they got it on lock. They got it on lock for
no
next
one's
gen.
denying that.
No one's denying they're going to kill it next gen.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, as far as having bigger saturation, as far as selling games, the people that the phones and the tablets and stuff like a Google or an Amazon, they got it. They're gonna make more money off. It's just
$60. So you're targeting the casuals with this Google streaming service, right?
Yeah.
The casuals not trying to spend $60 on the game.
So casuals don't spend $60 for Assassin's Creed on Xbox. What was your point?
They want to buy games.
Most casuals wait for sales.
And you think there's not going to be any sales on the Google store?
Oh shit! Come on now, man.
Oh, listen. Those cell phone games, yes.
You know what? No, I disagree with that.
But you're trying to use the tablet and the cell phone users. Most people have cheap phones that don't even do 1080p.
Exactly.
That's true. That's even easier to stream.
Listen, the majority of people have fucking dollar store cell phones.
The image is still going to come in at a 1080p signal. Nithos, I thought you knew better. The game is still going to send at a 1080p strength. Your phone just won't be able to display it at 1080p. So it's still going to bog down the bandwidth.
720p one?
I mean, your phone going to display it at 720, but
honestly, tell you, 720p on a small screen looks very
exactly. Thank you, D. On the small phone, looks like 1080p.
We're not talking about.
Are we really doing this right now?
Come on. We're talking about the sales pitch. Why would this Google stream
versus a native console? You guys are acting like it's on the same level. It is not. That shit will not. It's not.
We don't look.
All
right.
Look.
There's no Xbox guy and there's no PlayStation guy. There's no Nintendo guy that are going to say, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to get the PS5 or the Xbox 2 or the Switch Pro because now I can play some games.
Nobody said
saying that at all.
They're saying that.
Got spyware and pop-ups.
Exactly.
You trying to play Assassin's Creed? Hey, come on, man. Let's be real, man. Let's factor everything.
All right.
Listen.
Pay the bills. Let me answer the bills. Carlos Kespin, and I absolutely agree with this comment. PlayStation will cover the traditional gaming console space, while Google will probably have streaming on lock. What is left for Microsoft to cover? Xbox is doomed. And exactly. That's all I'm saying.
God damn, give me the comment
is what I was saying.
All right, okay. Hold on 1 second. All right, well, I guess moving right along. Crackdown 3 delayed again.
That game is doomed. It's gonna be canceled.
Now again, I know that my integrity is always in question. I lie to my subscribers. I lie to my family. I borrow money, don't pay it back. I'm a true fucking.
It's about $20.
Yeah. With that being said, right now, I told you I had on some good confidence that with actually 3. I confirmed 2. But there were supposed to be 3 devs, right? One was a tester, the other 2 guys were devs working on the game. Slipped me some information on the game. This was months ago. I shared it in our DMs on Facebook. You know, with post of them guys, right? Said the game wasn't working well. The tech that was powering the game, the cloud engine stuff, that came out later. That it was sold. I didn't know that Epic bought it. It was sold, whatever the case may be, and that the game wasn't going to be fully destructible. Yada yada. And I talked about this in the video a few months ago. You guys may remember that dog shit video. And again, I got called everything but a child of God. I had the guy from Windows Central, was his name Judge Corden. He blocked me on Twitter. Not that I give a fuck, but and said I was lying, the drama, this, that, and the other. Now again, it came out again. Then Microsoft had stealth delayed the goddamn game again. Now I wonder if any of these guys that was, at the time questioning my integrity, I wonder if they're going to be man up to apologize.
Crikey idiot. Yeah. That's what he called you, a crikey idiot.
Yeah, you remember that shit then? You know what I mean? Because what the Crackdown shit did. So they have stealth delayed the game again. And I just said, I won't be surprised as well. And I said one of the reasons that they may delay the game, because the tech that powered the game originally was bought by another company. Now, from what I'm hearing, they scrapped it all together. So what the game that they were promising us, or they showed at the start, I think it was in Gamescom, 2014 or whatever, fully destroyed. It's not going to be the case. Not saying it was all doom and gloom, but I wouldn't be surprised again if the game is downright just canceled, period. But it's been pushed back slightly again. So, what are your guys' thoughts?
The game is irrelevant.
Yep, been canceled.
They should have just look. I always said that Microsoft was making themselves look like they were scared of their own shadow when they didn't release it when the X came out. They should have had it at some good fidelity or good or great, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Pumped up the visual effects of it. It's fucking Crackdown. Just have it as a mid-gen release title so we can say, ooh, this game was built up for the X. It looks marvelous. And I said that we would have been past Crackdown. Now they got to live with this scarlet letter for the rest of their freaking lives. And this is what they get for not putting their heads together and thinking about this properly. They could have been done with this by now.
But do you think I got a lawsuit? I think I might get paid from Windows Central because I was slandered on Twitter. You're
a crikey idiot, man. Look it up in the source. Crikey idiot.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I wonder if they would be man enough to apologize and say that they was wrong. I always tell you this. It's crazy, right? They always go against me. My opinion is my opinion, right? I don't have no reason to lie about video games. I have no reasons to lie. It's not that serious to me. But then a lot of people called me out, said I was full of shit. There's no way that Microsoft would delay this game again.
I think the only thing Microsoft is that's going to be in Game Pass, so people will try it. If it wasn't going to be in Game Pass, this game would just be completely dead on arrival. They're going to have to really wow us. If they don't wow us, it's going to be another 69 for Microsoft on this game, and it's sad because this game has. This game was announced so long ago. We all were running these videos with the cloud, the power of the cloud, and all this shit. And if it comes out and it doesn't have what they promised in there, I'm sorry, it's going to be a major.
I mean, the game is bad when the Crapgamer is saying the game's probably going to be mediocre at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's stupid. Bad. It's just, it's just a recognition of what Jay said earlier. Hopefully Phil sits at the table. I mean, I understand there's a lot of hate out there, but hopefully Phil sits at the table and he's like, you know what? Earlier on at me doing this shit, man, I said a lot of stupid shit, y'all, but I'm going to get it together. This whole we leave no gamers behind. I don't want to keep shit away from other gamers, all the other stuff. And then now this whole thing where I love Crackdown is one of my favorite games. It just has to be marvelous. No, it's a Crackdown game. You should have put it out there. You fucked up. Learn from it. You know what I'm saying? And just do better. That's all.
I think he's walking it back a little bit too, because the other day he put out a tweet saying that he just played the game, but it still needs a little bit more work. So I think he's trying to temper the expectation.
How much more work does it need? Just release the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, go. Yeah, you can speak.
Cars raping people. What's going on? Like, why can't they release it?
Now listen. Before I sold my soul to a pony, right? I remember they said remember we didn't see it at E3 that year. No, next gen wait to Comic-Con. Either Comic-Con. So I remember like it was yesterday. I was live streaming on Mixer, and I pulled up the Comic-Con show. And then when they showed the game looked like a fucking a 360. I said, this looks horrible. Like, what the fuck is this? Right, and they questioned my integrity. Well, Crackdown is always about the. I said no. So then, Shannon Loftus, of all people, came out maybe a couple weeks later and said they was holding the game back for visual fidelity. The graphics looked like shit. Then they told me to wait till the Tokyo Game Show, of all places, the fucking Tokyo Game Show. Like, fuck, I gotta wait to see Crackdown at the Tokyo Game Show. They said this shit to me. So again, I'm bucking. Then like I said again, I didn't even do a video about it then, but I had these notes from this developer, two different guys, and I've seen their thing, and I don't claim about being. I don't give a fuck about the whole industry insider shit, but people give me shit sometime, and I didn't cover it then, so. What I did talk about it, like I said, I just think it's crazy as hell. I tell people this all the time. My opinion is my opinion. You can never be wrong about your opinion. But I have no reason to come out this motherfucker and lie about a video game for what was told to me by someone that's working on the goddamn game. You know what I mean? And I said that the tech that was powering the goddamn game, they no longer own. But it was bought up by Epic. You know what I mean? And then, like I said, what we showed that, you can go in one building, cut the gas off, and shoot out the window, and the gas explosion 5 blocks over. Ain't gonna be none of that shit. And what the developer told me, they had like a couple modes, and they weren't just fun. They weren't fun. They were very boring, to say the least. You know what I mean? Very boring. And I did that video just stating that. You know what I mean? And I said, don't be surprised if the game is delayed again. I mean, or even canceled. But what do I know? Well, let me pay the bills right quick. Ruben Burke, shout out to my good brother. He said Microsoft got to pull a Last Guardian with Crackdown 3. They might have to. Shit.
We're going to talk about that in a second, but I'll let MM2K go.
Let me say this real quick. To the same guy that called you a cracky idiot, right? Right after that came out and they had to eat their words. They had to eat some crow. They had also admitted themselves that what happened was all of these good things that were being said about Crackdown was in a closed network environment, meaning it was within your home. And then when they tested it in out-of-network environment with different people playing with each other, they understood that the bottleneck was the technology wasn't where they thought it was going to be because of the different broadband. The people have a low on broadband here. Like your broadband, Z, might be better than mine. And it just distorted the whole destructive aspect of it. And that's why they had to pull back. And they're nowhere close to figuring that out. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is. They should have just put it out, what worked, and then just moved on.
Absolutely. And Z, you want to answer that bill right there?
I can't see it. I'm on a different screen. Read it.
Okay, so Gamer M with the £5.
Gamer M!
Spider-Man's 5th week sales beat out Forza Horizon 4's Ultimate Edition's first week in the UK. So, let's ask K Mega himself, Legend Mega, that's what he calls himself, if we're still waiting for E3. Where is the Xbox momentum, Z?
That's a good question. Listen, man. I've been down this road again, and I always like to say, I know the Xbox guys, they hate me. They want to beat me the fuck up. They catch me in this game in the streets, they literally gonna beat me the fuck up, right? And listen, and I listen. When I do these shows, I try not to always be fucking. I don't give a fuck. I'm messy as hell. But no, they gotta go back to what they talk all that shit about Donnie D, right? And I say this again, right? We gotta stop blaming. We gotta stop blaming Donnie D. We gotta listen. When Donnie D was in charge, these motherfuckers was popping. We had true exclusives. We had great marketing. We had great third-party deals. We haven't had ultimate fucking second-party deals. Think about this. When Donnie D was the boss, Gears of War was a second-party deal. Fact. Yep. I'm just saying, I know people like to give Phil's a great guy. I understand that. But the issues that I've had, or a lot of us have had with the Xbox, is when Phil's been in charge. Listen, God forbid, if he died today, right? And you put on his goddamn obituary, what's Phil crowning moment? That motherfucker took the Kinect out the box. That's it. Zoo Tycoon,
Sea of Thieves.
Zoo Tycoon, Disney Rush, Phantom Dust with the original assets. All that shit going to
You can't just say original assets. First, he canceled the real remake and then did that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, what I know?
8 million or whatever the fuck it was.
Like I said.
And he gave us Snapdragons again.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And we got a new avatar system. You know what I mean?
Like, Jaguar CPU.
Yeah, like, come on. Like I said, I think, I understand they bought 5 new studios, and I hope that they're working on some great games, but I feel like we need to go back to having true exclusives again. You know what I mean? Doing things in a console type manner. You know what I mean?
You have to give value to the box, because why did they sell us a $500 box?
That's what I'm saying.
We're not getting exclusives at this point. Our PC counterpart is with Minecraft and Age of Empires and Gears Tactics and shit, but I already know Kratos is in the background. He's dancing and shit. He's about to get hyped again.
Know what?
So I'm going to ask you, the panel, a question, and Kratos, you better not be tap dancing now. So, you said you were going to be messy, Z, so I'm going to ask a messy question. We at the Xbox camp used to make fun of Sony for delaying games, saying greatness awaits.
Yeah.
What about that Crackdown 3, huh? Announced in 2014. And it's been delayed how many times?
Hey, what can you say? I mean, at this point,
I'm just saying, we used to make fun of the PlayStation for delaying all their games, but are we going to turn it cheek?
Listen, but you know what? Real talk, right? And this is real shit, right? I'm shooting from the hip. Crackdown has never been that game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The reason why the first Crackdown sold so well is because
the Halo 3 beta.
They had the Halo 3 beta. You know what I mean? For all them people who told me they can't wait to play Crackdown and didn't play the first 2 Crackdown, I just never. I mean, listen, I hate to say I'm not questioning their integrity, but maybe I am. I just think a lot of guys set themselves up for the okie doke, for the up, under, and over, and because Crackdown was never meant to be that game on the Gears, Forza, Halo. It's never been that game. You know what I mean? Even with the cloud and all, I mean, it's never been that game. I'm just being honest. So. Here was the question: can they afford another 69? You know what I mean? At this point, because it's like, bro, these last I say it again, like a broker. These last 2.5 years, it's been wretched. It's been downright fucking horrible. You know what I mean? Like you said,
Metacritic will not matter all of a sudden, even though it matters so much for Forza Horizon 4. Just saying.
Yeah.
If you play Ages of Mayhem, that's really the spiritual successor to the Crackdown.
Yeah.
Very similar.
Yeah,
I'll admit I was interested in Crackdown 3 because of how you guys were talking about the cloud and shit. But now I have zero interest.
Yeah, the problem is
most people were they did care about Crackdown because of the technical aspect that they showed on the PC with all the bullet holes and all the different stuff that you'll be able to do, the exploding buildings and being able to pull it down. But this stuff was shown in 2014 at some time. You have to say, look, just whenever it comes, it'll just be here. But I'm not holding my breath for it. But guys still have it on their top 10 list when they create their list wars every single quarter. And that shit's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
They're just filling up. They're just filling up spaces on paper. Look, anybody that played Crackdown, even the first one, was like, oh, this. I mean, the concept was cool. The co-op of it. Whatever. But if you're waiting for Crackdown, then something's wrong with you. But here's the thing. All more where Microsoft needs to understand that the position that they're in is very, very dangerous. You look at last gen with PlayStation, with Sony. Jack Tretton said, look, man, we're going to have to pull out all stops. We're not going to win the game, but next series we can win. And they pulled out all stops. They did some things. They hit bundle consoles in UK, did whatever they needed to get that mind share at the end of last gen to pick it up, and then they ran off with it this gen. Microsoft isn't doing that. Their little fiasco with Crackdown, the pumping up a Sea of Thieves, I don't want to keep software off of other consoles when you got opportunities to probably buy something. This stupid stuff right here just shows to why one, they got to really ask themselves, can we even compete, Amazon, let alone compete with Sony next generation if they do forwards and backwards compatibility? I think they need to go back to the drawing board, rethink everything, replace people if they need to, because they're in a very, very bad situation. I'm sorry, very bad situation. We can't damage control it. We got to hold their feet to the fire.
My man Von Lamont, being as messy as he can, he said, how many games have you Xbox beat this year?
How dare you ask that?
Are you talking about exclusive or just talking about games, period?
No, I think means games.
Okay. Well, me, I beat Tomb Raider, Rise of Tomb Raider, the Definitive Edition, Detroit Become Human, God of War, and I beat something else.
Yeah, I beat like about 4 games.
Yeah.
God of War, Spider-Man, that one like co-op game that we were playing. I forgot what the hell that was. And the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition.
Yeah. That's about it. But I got about, well, I don't know. I don't know. That's what I played. I mean, more or less. And I haven't got a chicken dinner yet on PUBG yet either. So, fucking exposed. Like I said, one more time before we get the hell up out of here. You guys, do me a favor, because if you're enjoying the show, hit the like button. One more question, like I said before we go, and we can close it. He said we can put the baby to bed with this right here, right? How should I say this, right? Let me choose my words wisely, right? And I want to get you guys' opinion on this. And me and Porter Rock kind of touched on it earlier. But Nintendo, they gave well, Reggie was questioned about their online service, and basically saying that some gamers don't understand why they need an app or need a second device for, party chat, or, what I mean, and especially considering when it's been proven that the console can do native chat because of Fortnite, right?
Yeah.
And he basically says Nintendo does shit, in more or less their way. You know what I mean? And they don't really see what Microsoft and Sony is doing. It, not as the competitor. Nintendo's going to do things Nintendo's way. Take it or fucking leave it. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. That's a real live. If you don't want to play online, we got always online. We got a console for you that's a 360. Why is Nintendo not held to the same scrutiny? Just think, you need a cell phone app. A cell phone fucking app. To play online.
Niggas like Barry.
Yep.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, who takes Nintendo serious?
Barry.
For people like Baron, right? No matter what Nintendo does bad, I mean, he's gonna say, "I don't care." You got your multi-platform like dog shit on it, so don't care.
It's
and there's a lot of Nintendo guys are like that. Nintendo cannot do any wrong. And for this,
my question is
that Xbox got yelled at this generation, got shit for. Nintendo did the same exact thing, and nobody seems to care.
My thing is, why does Nintendo get to resell these Wii U games for $60 a pop?
Yes.
What's up, Rugan? Well, I think the reality with Nintendo lately is, unless if they have a gimmick, they're not going to be selling. If the Switch wasn't all that portable, it wouldn't be selling. Just look at the Wii U and look at the Wii.
What's up, baby?
That was fucking motion controls. They need a gimmick at this point because people don't take them seriously without it.
Nintendo's mastered how to captivate the casual audience. Like, it's mainly casuals that buy their shit. I mean, you may have some hardcore gamers that say, "Oh, I like the portability of a 32p Wolfenstein." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, when you talk to the average person, that's a Switch owner. They're a casual gamer. They don't know none of this shit. The cell phone app, they don't do online and none of that shit. They get to play with this game. They get to play with Mario. That's a household name everywhere. On their way to church or to Aldi's or whatever the place may be. You know what I'm saying? So Nintendo gives enough to the casuals to keep them happy, and they say fuck everybody else, and they're successful with it.
Mm-hmm. I think Nintendo gets a break because they're pretty much the godfathers of gaming. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, they are.
Gaming wouldn't be where it is today if it wasn't for Nintendo.
You think so?
I think
I think where it is today with online and all this we got going on.
No, everybody.
But Nintendo brought it back
wanted to be Nintendo, and of course,
Nintendo brought the 3D chip.
Yeah. So everybody wanted to be Nintendo. Of course, Sony and Microsoft, they've surpassed them, in graphic fidelity. But if there was no Nintendo, there'd be no one to surpass it. So let's just be honest with that. But I have a Switch, and to be honest with you, I hardly.
Yeah, Sega.
But I mean, to be fair, Nintendo brought it back from the gaming crash.
Sega didn't survive from Nintendo. Nintendo wiped out Sega.
Well, they didn't wipe them out. Sony wiped out Sega.
Yeah, Sony wiped out.
With Nintendo.
Yeah, with the Dreamcast. Yeah. Nintendo, they were neck and neck. Sony and Nintendo battled.
They were.
And it was funny because the Sega was a superior system than all of those systems back in the day. But Sony just had the. You know what it was? To be honest with you, it was that Gran Turismo. Gran Turismo. It just fucking. I remember watching Gran Turismo, like my replay for fucking hours, just looking at it, saying, "Holy shit! Like, the hell am I looking at here?"
Yep, that is true.
But that's why Nintendo gets a pass. And let's be honest, the Marios and all their franchises, they're beloved, and the kids they love these systems.
Yeah, my daughter loves fucking Nintendo.
They love it.
Here's the thing: Nintendo always price their consoles cheaper, but then at the same time, you got to realize there are way more kids than there are fucking adults buying games on a day-to-day basis. And now we're the hardcore, right? We spend money on all kind of shit, but we are very small in this big pond of gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, even though Microsoft is big and Sony is big, those guys don't hold a candle to Nintendo.
Absolutely. And Kratos, you set up a very good point with the kids thing. Who's the least picky consumer out of everyone? Fucking kids. They're not picky at all. They don't care about graphics. They care about gameplay. They care about the IP. If it has Mario on the screen, if it's Pokemon on the screen, they fucking want it. And that's how Nintendo's been capitalizing. They've been capitalizing with these IPs that appeal to little kids and even older gamers like Baron who are obsessed with fucking Zelda and shit.
Hey, yo.
That's the reality. I mean, we make fun of Pokemon. Like, they always make fun of, like, Pokemon Gold. But the reality is, Pokemon Go took over the world for, like, a few months.
You're right. Look at Fortnite, right? Look at
Fortnite, yeah.
Most kids play Fortnite and the adults play PUBG and other games, right? That's just kind of what that is.
You think about it though, Microsoft almost destroyed itself trying to chase Nintendo's audience. That's when we started getting those when the original Wii became successful with the motion controls. Microsoft tried to duplicate it and pretty much lost more than half of its fan base.
Mm-hmm. Man, that Sony don't innovate everything. You know what I'm saying? You can make that argument, but what I do think is smart about Sony is they only dip their toe in something a little bit and they see how it goes. Like Sony was trying to chase that crowd too with the Move controllers. But they didn't do what Microsoft did and based their whole
Well, Microsoft went all in. Microsoft went all in last year.
That was dumb.
Listen, Microsoft killed themselves because they tried to do the exact same thing this generation, where Sony was like, "Fuck that."
Sony was like, "That Move controller is getting." I remember Mark said it looked like a shaft with a herpes blister on it.
I don't think the Kinect first version was dumb, but it was dumb to make the second one. You're forced with the console.
You know, my thing is, I've been with, you know, I like the prospects of what the Kinect did. You know, there's a lot of other cool shit you could have did with it, but I ain't with that motion control shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought that was dope, but and they didn't.
The Kinect would have been great if it was more of like an Alexa. Like we see Alexa's taking over.
Well, or something along, you know what I mean, or whatever the case may be, you know. But as far as motion control, or actually to using the Kinect to scan my whole body and put me physically inside the game, or some shit like that, cool. But it is with that motion control game, and that shit went out with the WAP. That shit old school. Yeah. But before we go, like I said. We're approaching the holiday season of gaming. What are you guys going to be? I always ask like this in the show. You know, my list. I forgot about Soul Calibur. But what are you guys looking forward to? Your top 5 games you're looking forward to this holiday season.
Red Dead.
All right, we got Kratos for Red Dead Redemption. What else we got?
COD.
Call of Duty.
Yep, Call of Duty.
All right, 2.
Fallout 76.
3.
Did I say Battlefield? 5?
Nope. Battlefield 4 got 4.
5. And shit, that fucking Pokemon.
Damn! God damn it! He went out with a bang, didn't he?
That's like a real Pokemon, though. That's just like Pokemon Go.
Well, that's just 5. All right, what about you, Nev?
Shit. Everything besides Pokemon, basically. And I'm going to count a little bit early next year, and I want that Jump Force game.
Okay, all right. That comes out in February, right?
Yeah.
All right, happy birthday gift to me. I like that collector's edition. You saw it? Jesus.
Yeah, that shit's expensive as fuck, though.
Yeah, it is. All right, so you're getting Red Dead and all that other stuff, too, huh? Nev?
Yeah, I'm getting Red Dead and all that.
Oh, okay, all right.
Plane flew over his house.
Oh, yeah, right. That motherfucker, you know, somebody, you know, you right now, you podcasting from 7-Eleven. So he got his eye on somebody back there by the produce. Make sure they ain't stealing. My man, the dark skinned brother in the back by the produce aisle. Make sure he ain't back there stealing. All right, what about you, Noah? What you looking forward to?
The same games and stuff for Pokemon. Hitman 2. I'm gonna check out some more clips on that, and that Resident Evil 2 remake looks dope.
Oh, that looks good.
Oh, okay. Y'all want to move into next year. All right, who else we here? Monty Moss, what about you, good brother?
first would be can I include Assassin's Creed Odyssey because I'm so goddamn broke I won't be able to buy it until Assassin's Creed Odyssey is number 1. Number 2 is going to be Fallout 76. Devil May Cry. When's that coming out?
February.
Next year's
fine. Next year.
Okay. All right.
Include that. Devil May Cry. That's really it, man. Well, Anthem, but I'm you know how I feel about Anthem. I'll throw Anthem.
I need to play the beta.
Okay.
And I really don't have a 5. That's really it. I'm
sorry. Red Dead?
What about that Sekiro?
I'm not
Sekiro.
Oh yeah, Sekiro died twice. Thank you.
Oh, that comes out. That shit gonna be hard as hell.
That game is gonna be hard.
Yo, they say it's gonna be harder than Bloodborne, man. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can do it.
Yeah, I hope it was co-op. Yeah, bitch gonna be harder than.
I'm gonna be on it.
All right.
No, you can't get past Bloodborne.
Yeah, I know, right? D, you there, good brother?
Darksiders 3. What about Darksiders 3?
I don't want that shit.
Yeah.
Well, I was
looking
forward to the WWE game, so I already got that. I got
the
2K. Yeah, so I got the early release of that. I played that. Bought that game for like 15 years. Fuck, I love that. I'm looking forward for Anthem. Assassin's Creed, I think I'm probably gonna pass until it's like in the cheap bin because it's just too much to do, and I got other games to play, and I just I won't dedicate the time to it. Red Dead, I'm looking forward to. Metro's coming early next year, and Days Gone, which is coming early next year. I'm looking forward to that.
There you go, my man.
And I'm looking forward to Anthem, and that's pretty much it.
All right, D. We want to see these trophies and achievements.
Oh man. Oh man. Hey D, did you finish fucking God of War yet, D?
No, man.
Oh shit.
D still fighting the stranger the first time.
Oh shit.
I'm about halfway through, but honestly, tell you with
10
you know,
little kids on the way.
Yeah, with honestly, I got my girl moved in with her kids. You know, I have a newborn. It's just hard. It's just hard. So a lot of times when I get a spare hour or so to play a game, I'll play sports games. People 100, you know. So like like you know, I'm getting through these games. Like I know that's why I'm not gonna get a lot of games. I want to get through all of these games from now till Christmas, and then close to Christmas, ask Santa to give me some of these other games so I can catch up, right? So see me. And in all honesty, I run a business, and it's fucking hard, man. And then I gotta put video content out too. It's hard, man. Only so many hours 2K, in a day.
See me in 2K19.
Yeah, man.
What you trying to play, mate? We can make it happen, bitch, nigga. I'll play you.
Yeah, but I got it on PC, so I don't know, guys.
Oh, you're on PC, though.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. You know what? PC, the games are cheaper and they run better. So it's
not
hard.
all the time. They don't always run better. Like, I was just talking to Kratos to my house. His Forza was fucking up.
Yeah, Forza was one of the best optimization.
No, D, this is what happened, right? It's the fucking Windows Store. I bought this shit.
Not the actual game.
And it was fucked up. And the people was like, "Well, you're gonna have to wait until they release a patch." and they refunded my money. They refunded my money, and I went and fucking bought the Xbox One version. I was like, "Fuck!" So I got a physical copy.
That's gross.
Why didn't you buy digital copy of the Xbox?
No.
You don't even have an Xbox.
Because, see, I bought the Ultimate version so I can play it day one. I didn't want to have to wait until it released. So that's why I bought it on PC. But then that fucked up. They gave me my money back, and then I just had to wait for it to release normally. And then I bought it in the physical copy. Now the problem is that I'm sure right now the PC version is still fucking up. The Windows Store version.
It's fine. I play it all the time.
I'm playing it right now, and the game is the game's phenomenal and looks great. But I'll be honest,
I posted the conversation from Xbox support and everything.
Yeah,
I was trying to ask everybody what the fuck.
I play it on my GTX 1080 Ti. I played on my Vega. I played in my Intel system. I played in my Ryzen system. I haven't had one problem on PC with it. The only problem I've had on PC with it is the overlay for benchmarking and just to see the performance. And what I had to do is just start the game up first and then start up my benchmarking tools, and it worked fine. That's the only issue I haven't had one issue with that game. It runs I gotta be honest,
it's
bro.
It's Windows Store, bro. It's Windows Store. They need to do something with the fucking store.
You got on
What's
PC
the
too,
I'm confused.
I bought the game, right? I bought it. I downloaded it. It would not fucking let me play. It kept telling me there's. I posted some fucking screenshots.
You know what it is? I know the error that you're getting. What that is that you got to make sure you have the latest driver.
Before I even downloaded anything, bro, I update all my NVIDIA.
Hey.
Well, I'll tell you what to do. This is
my
what you do.
NVIDIA.
You got to get a paid copy of Windows. You got that pirated copy.
No.
What do you use DDU when you uninstall your drivers?
No, I don't.
You use DDU, uninstall your driver, reboot your system, reinstall your driver. The game will work.
I don't have.
I ain't going through all that shit on
Or get an Xbox.
Yeah, pretty.
Get an Xbox.
If you don't use display driver uninstaller,
I went ahead and bought another X.
Yeah, if you don't use display to drive uninstaller on your PC, sometimes
my nigga Phil, he doing something right.
And then
that nigga, hey, Phil smart, but he released him on PC because he know it don't work.
I gotta be honest though, nobody else is having this issue on PC, so I can 100% say it's the driver.
Listen. I went to the forums on Turn 10 website, and there were known issues, and they said that they're going to be delivering a patch within the next couple of weeks to fix it. So it may work for you and for Nito, but there are a lot of people who are experiencing the same thing. Just to play the game. We're not talking about having problems with the game.
What card are you using? You using your new 2080 Ti?
Yes, and I use it on my gaming laptop, which has a 1070 in it, GTX 1070. Yeah. So again, they walked me through all kind of fucking.
So it's not launching. It won't launch at all.
It won't launch. It won't launch.
Was it a bad install?
Are you running that? Did you run it as administrator?
Yes. So it's not bad. I downloaded. Okay, so I bought the ultimate copy. There's like 5-6 different downloads, right? It has all the different content, cars, and all kind of stuff. It has the regular version and then the ultimate version. So I downloaded everything one by one. But something happens where every time I try to run it, it comes with F4000 something. Okay. Some kind of shit. And I gave them that. I took a screenshot. I uploaded, and they said it's a known issue. Here, we'll give you your money back. Try to get.
That's why I was doing that PC gaming.
Moral story is PC gaming, and Windows Store is trash. Let's end it.
All right.
Yeah, Windows Store is trash.
Here's my list. They asked me for my list. My list is going to be Soul Calibur 6, Red Dead Redemption 2, Assassin's Creed. I'm going to try to get that. It's 3. We got one more. I seen some gameplay. I never played the Kingdom Hearts game. There's one part I seen the Kingdom Hearts was kind of cool.
Pre-ordered that shit.
I need to play that.
I got it pre-ordered already.
I played it. That honestly tell you, it's not my type of fucking game at all. And
I don't too much care for it either.
It looks incredible, honestly, and it plays pretty well. I can't even lie.
When does it come out, Phil? Is it this year or next year? Next year, right?
January.
January. Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah.
All right.
It really looks like a Pixar, like your.
Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah. There's a theme console too. There's a theme console for it.
I know PS4 Pro. I seen that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one more. I'm missing something. Soul Calibur, this, that, and the other. I don't know. Anthem. There you go. What I'm most looking forward to. But anyway, with this thing, if you guys enjoyed, is Kingdom Hearts is it co-op or no?
That is it. What?
Huh?
Is it what? What you say?
Is the game co-op? Kingdom Hearts is it co-op?
No.
Nah.
Yeah, I would say it's like the death of the co-op. I like running through and playing the actual game with somebody, man. What the hell's going on here? Like, to me, Red Dead Redemption just screams co-op. You know what I mean? What's up, King Trash? Yeah. You know what I mean? I never played the Kingdom Hearts game before. You know what I mean? Really with that Mickey Mouse shit, but it looked kind of cool though since somebody playing it. But listen, if you guys enjoyed the show today, hit the like button. I'll be back tomorrow. With BJ, I'll probably give you guys a show in the morning. I got some more juicy shit to talk about. I might be kind of messy tomorrow. I might be in a messy type of move today. You know what I mean? Today unbanned me from Twitter. Right now I'm in Twitter jail. You know what I mean? I got
again?
Yeah, they put me in Twitter jail because I had said that Kid Smooth had to see I said Kid Smooth had to see a thief's tramp stamp. He's a true fuck nigga.
And you say Kid Smooth last one, but what about K Mega?
Yeah, I don't know, whatever. But he was messing with my fan base, man, with my subscribers. And keeps my I unboxed 17 PS4s and I don't get the support desire against and this, that, and the other. Yeah. The fuck, man. But anyway,
Kevin Garcia said Resident Evil 5 co-op was fire. That is true.
Yeah, that shit was
Resident
dope.
Evil 5.
Resident Evil 6 was dog shit, but Resident Evil 5 was dope. When it worked, when the co-op worked.
Right?
Yeah, well, the 6 was like some Jean-Claude Van Damme shit. I don't know what the fuck.
You was fighting the zombies. The zombies were running from you in part 6.
Yeah, that shit was trash. But anyway, we out of here, man. Briggs, what's up, Spencer? Hey, Briggs, if you ever call me again talking about that motherfucking burning bushes and talking snakes, with that, listen, I'm gonna block your ass. We out of here, man. He said Crap can't play Red Dead on easy. I mean, I don't know, man. That's just crazy.